Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at some bronzer dupes, and at first when I started collecting some bronzer dupes, I was kind of like, we're going to have a lot of bronzers that look the same. I mean, how many shades of bronzer do you have? And then I looked through them, and even though I only have a few, there are some different varieties in bronzers. Anyway, let's have a look at them. So the first one is the NYX Matte Bronzer in Deep Tan versus the Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil. In the pans, the NYX one looks more orangey, the Too Faced one looks more brown, but the swatches themselves look quite similar to one another. I don't see that orangey hue in the NYX one. I think that this will probably suit somebody who is my complexion, probably a little bit deeper if you wanted to use that for a contour or around the perimeter of the face. Do I think this is a dupe? I think it's quite close, and the NYX one is $9 and the Too Faced one is $30. I think it's kind of like a no-brainer. Next is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in Light versus, again, Too Faced, the Milk Chocolate Bronzer. The Physicians Formula one, that one looks a little bit more like it has a shimmery finish as opposed to the Too Faced one, which looks matte. The shades themselves look quite similar, but the finishes look a little bit different from one another. And I think that this will be great for someone who is really fair. But I guess it's just down to you to decide, do I prefer a matte finish or do I prefer a shimmery kind of finish? The Physicians Formula one is $14.99, and as we know, the Too Faced one is $30. Next we have Colourpop in CA Dreaming, which is $8 versus the Hourglass Luminous Bronze Light. This is probably for someone who has like medium skin tone, like light to medium, like that borderline. But these look a little bit more orangey toned. But I have to say, they do pretty much look the exact same, which is kind of surprising to me, because the way that the Hourglass one looks, it does not look like it's the exact same as what's in the Colourpop pan. So it's just crazy how when you swirl those two shades that's in the Hourglass one together, that you get the exact same shade as what the Colourpop one is giving. That's crazy. The Colourpop one is $8, honey, and the Hourglass one is $50. Wow, that is a big jump between the two. I will say I do like the packaging on both of them. I know we're not here for the packaging, but I'm just saying I really like the packaging for both of them. Obviously the Hourglass one is so luxe looking, but of course then you're subjected to fingerprints, and the Colourpop one is just so clean and so sleek looking. I like that. But yes, I definitely believe that these are a dupe. Next is the Physicians Formula Light Bronzer versus the Becca Barley Sands. These kind of look similar, like in the pan they look quite similar to one another. The swatches, I feel that the Physicians Formula one is running a tad bit orange yellow, and the Becca one, the thing is, the Becca one is so faint. It's so faint. It's almost difficult to tell what the undertones are. They are similar, but I just feel like the Physicians Formula probably has a little bit more pigment than the Becca one, just going by these swatches. But I feel like they come close to one another. It's just that one is a little bit more pigmented than the other. The Physicians Formula one is $10.49 and the Becca one is $38. Again, I love the packaging and I love the print of both of them, but I think the packaging of the Becca one just really just knocks out the ballpark. I really like the UFO disc kind of compact that they have as part of their line. I think it's gorgeous looking. And there's somebody who I saw on one of their videos who literally has all of their blushes, bronzers, highlights, whatever, and has them stacked in acrylic holders. It just looks so amazing displayed on her vanity. But that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money because Becca is not cheap. But again, yes, I love the print on both of them. I love the packaging for the Becca one. I reckon that going by the two swatches, they are similar, not exactly a dupe, but I think it's because one of them is a little bit more pigmented than the other. The Rimmel London Sunlight Bronzer, which is $4.29 versus Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, which is $30. I think that this one is a dupe as well, definitely. And you see, this will probably be the kind of bronzer that I would use just to go around the perimeter a little bit, just to warm up the face a tiny bit, just to give it a little bit of dimension. I wouldn't expect it to like cut the cheekbone and to contour and all of that, because I know that there's some people who use their bronzer to contour, which is more than fine, but I'll probably use this just to go around the perimeter of my face, just to give it a little bit more dimension. I think that they're both gorgeous, and I think that they're both a dupe. And I think considering that the Rimmel one is only $4.29, that would have been the one that I went for. But I've got bronzers, so I don't feel like I need any more. The Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which is $8.99 versus the Becca Wild Honey. Hold on. So just going back, we had a Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in light, which was $14.99, but this one is $8.99. Do they usually have different prices for their bronzers considering which shade that you get? Because I do know that there are some companies that if you get a different variation of a particular product, then the price changes. Or like, is that what this is? I don't know. Like, I don't know. Anyway, so the butter bronzer, which is $8.99 versus the Becca Wild Honey, which is $32. Okay, so I feel like finishes of these, which are a little bit more like on the shimmery side, that's the same. But I feel like the Becca one is a little bit more on the yellowy side. Well, considering it's called Wild Honey, I would expect it to be. The butter bronzer is a little bit more on the warmer side, but they are very, very close to one another. To me, this Wild Honey, I wouldn't use that as a bronzer though. I would probably, like for me personally, I probably would use that as a highlight, or to highlight the temples or something like that. I wouldn't be using that as a bronzer. But I understand that there's some people who like shimmery bronzers. I'm just not one of those people. And the last one that we got on our list is the Colourpop CA Dreamin' versus the Marc Jacobs Tantric Bronzer, which is $49. The Colourpop one is $8. I feel like the Marc Jacobs one is a little bit more on the orangey pinky kind of side, as opposed to the Colourpop one, which is a little bit more browny orange. I can't say that these two are a dupe for one another. I can't, because I feel like the hue is a little bit off. Both are really, really nice. Personally for myself, I would probably use the bottom one as a blush, like a really natural looking blush rather than a bronzer. Obviously there will be somebody who this will be a perfect bronzer for, but for my skin tone, it will probably be like just the most natural, no makeup kind of blush, you know, that kind of thing. Not that I really do the no makeup thing, to be fair. But yeah, I don't think that these two are a dupe for one another. But if you feel like these two are similar and you prefer to get, and you think that the Colourpop one is, you know, close enough, and hey, go for it. It's just not a dupe in my opinion. Anyway, so those are all of the bronzer dupes that I got from Dupe Boss. I will leave their @ down below, their Instagram, so go and check them out because they always have new dupes on their Instagram page. I absolutely love them. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.